Hello, guys, and welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today, we've got the matchup between Laszlo Djere and Carlos Alcaraz. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Some technical difficulties. I am covering this one. It is Carlos Alcaraz versus Laslo Djere. Not sure what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. Covering it now. So it is Alcaraz's second match in Rome. He is taking on Djere. He has played Djere on 2 other occasions. If technology allows me to cover this, I will cover this. That was annoying. Yeah, we got it. How are you guys doing? Let me know who you got winning. I'm assuming everybody is going to say Alcaraz, although Djere can be dangerous. He actually took a set off of Carlos the first time that they played. That was in Buenos Aires a couple of years ago. And then Barcelona earlier this year, Alcaraz won in straight sets 6-2, 6-4. The man who took Alcaraz out of Barcelona, Holger Rune, lost earlier today to Corentin Moutet. That's going to be a welcome sight for Carlos. He's got to take out Djere today. I think it's a good matchup for him, and I expect Carlos to get it done in straight sets. Should be fun to see Carlos in action, though. How you doing, Max? How you doing, S-One? How you doing, Irene? Hello, hello. Yeah, I'll take Carlos, I'll say 4-4. Sounds about right to me. He's playing pretty well at the moment. Obviously, he was injured for Madrid, so the big questions were of physical health coming into the tournament. Yeah, last loss was to Rune in Barcelona. Otherwise, he won Monte Carlo. And it's been a good clay court season. For the most part, I'd say it's been a successful clay court season for sure, winning his first Monte Carlo title. He had previously never even won a match in Monte Carlo, so he finally got it done there, which was great. This is Alcaraz's 30th appearance in an ATP Masters 1000 with a win-loss record at the Masters level of 73-23. In his young career, he only has about 61 losses period to about 200 plus wins, something like that. I could be slightly off with my count, but 150, 200 plus wins, something like that. Yeah, 234 and 61. So he is compiling a very strong, consistent win rate at just 21 years old, which is very impressive. How are you doing, S-One? That is the big stat for him. For nobody else in recent history has, at 21 years old, they compiled a record like that, 234 and 61. So the consistency of Alcaraz at this early of an age is something to really admire. No doubt about it. We'll see how he can keep improving on it as well. Some people are comparing him to Hewitt, saying that he's going to fall off soon. We'll see. It's up in the air. I don't expect that to happen personally, but that's what makes tennis fun. You never know. But something that is for sure, he's never won the Rome title, so it'd be quite a challenge for him to get it done. But I think he can. He was injured this time of year for Rome last year. The year before that, I lost to Mirazon early in the tournament. So he's hoping that 2025 is better luck for him. He had a very, very good opening round match against Lajovic where he looked very strong. He couldn't have asked for a better level in his first round match. Lajovic, he's a good player. He's not prime Djokovic, but he's a good player. But it's going to be interesting when he's tested by Jannik Sinner, who also looked very strong right away in his opening round match. Even though during the break, he wasn't allowed to practice with other pro players. He wasn't even able to practice at professional tournaments. So it's amazing that he was able to come back that strong in match play, and really impressive. And yeah, Sinner Alcaraz final here would be amazing, especially because they've never played a big final before, but that would be cool. We'll see if it happens. We will see if it happens. All right, we're getting started here. Down the scoreboard here. Here we go. All right, cool stuff. Getting started. Let me know. Let me hear your predictions of what the score is going to be. Alcaraz is always fun to watch. See how it looks in his second match in Rome. Second match in Rome. Backhand of Djere goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand rally. So Alcaraz hits a backhand in the middle of the net, dead center. Love 15. Djere looking for a quick start for Alcaraz's serve finds some kind of rhythm. Looking for an early break here. Alcaraz looking to make this head-to-head 3-0. Not give Djere any kind of leeway here in this head-to-head. Djere can be dangerous. He can be really good when he's on. I've seen him turn up against some top players. Obviously, the famous example was against Djokovic at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago, where pretty dominantly got through a couple of sets, and then Djokovic turned it up and came back the next three before grabbing that title, his last Grand Slam title for Djokovic, at least for now. Number 24. Is it 24? Yeah, number 24. It's hard to keep count at this point. Let's say, is it 23 or 24? It's 24. I know it's 24 literally only because he wore the Kobe jersey after he won, which is obviously number 24 for Kobe. Kobe had an 8 jersey as well, but famously the 24. Big forehand inside out is very good, 30 all. Alcaraz wearing the Nico nasal strip that Nicolas Djere made famous. He's wearing this nasal strip that apparently helps breathing while you play. Same, I guess, nasal strip that we've seen him wear a couple times. Forehand inside out, backhand slice. Djere way behind the baseline, 40-30 for Alcaraz. How are you doing, Max? Hashtag 1, Irene. Let me know how you guys are doing. How are you guys feeling about this first week of Rome? Anything catching your eye particularly in the first week? Anything particularly catching your eye, interesting, some result that you didn't expect? Ooh, Alcaraz going for the flashy shot. He might come to regret that. Deuce. Djere with a strong shot right at Alcaraz's feet. He didn't have to go for that crazy of a shot. And yeah, he mishit it. Didn't catch it in the middle of his strings. Alcaraz knew it right away. It's tough to pull off, though. Let's think about tennis. You have 25% of 1 second to make your decision. And then you have about a minute to dwell on why it was wrong or bad or great. Potentially, you have the rest of the day to dwell on it, if not the rest of your life. Andy Roddick at Wimbledon against Roger Federer, 2009 Wimbledon final, had a very easy backhand volley to go up 2 sets to love. If he put that away, I'm pretty sure he would have ended his career with 2 Wimbledons, with 2 slams and a Wimbledon title. And he goes for this big volley shot and hit it out. If he hit it more high margin, he would have probably won that set and then won the match. He decides to crush it and misses it miles out. Federer wins that set and then narrowly wins the match. And he probably is dwelling on that for the rest of his life. I think that's why he retired pretty early in his career. Alcaraz wins the first game, but you have a split second to make a decision in a match. In a pressure moment, your mind is completely screwed. You have a split second to think about it, and then you have the rest of your life to dwell on why you did it. All right, let me fix the lighting real quick. I'll be right back. All right, that is better. That's better. Backhand of Djere goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand down the line goes to the forehand of Djere, forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Djere down the line, backhand of Alcaraz cross court, backhand slice Djere. Goes to the forehand of Alcaraz, backhand. Goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. What a shot. That's Carlos. Carlos with the punishing fear hand. Beautiful. Very few people can have, well, first of all, footwork like that, but also while you're backing away from the shot, being able to pull in and just hit a beautiful shot, like moving in through the court for a blazing winner, especially down that line where you're standing, really. Awesome. All right, so 15 for Alcaraz. Let's see what he can do here. Do you think that ability to make the right split-second decision is what separates out the top players from the others? It's a good question. I think it's a lot of preparation, right? Game plan, strategy. You don't want to leave a whole lot consistently to improv and improvisation. Forehand of Alcaraz. Obviously, every shot is a little bit of improvisation because you never know exactly where you'll be standing. You never know exactly how your opponent's going to hit it. But you can predict a lot of patterns, how your opponent is going to play, and then how you want to react to those patterns. So general scope, you don't want to leave a whole lot to improvisation, but anticipation and tennis IQ and reaction are definitely big roles. I think Djokovic, Andy Murray, two legs of the big four, are easily two of the smartest players that have ever played the game. And I think you could definitely put Nadal and Roger up there in terms of tennis smarts as well. But I think Novak, one of his biggest weapons is his tennis IQ. No doubt about it. Always thinking on the court. It's going to be out from Alcaraz, 30-all. Underrated weapon in Novak's catalog. Yeah, I think the split-second decisions, I don't think that it is that big of a factor, because I think if the players get to the top 100, let's say all the players that we're watching, I think they're going to be pretty good at the split-second decisions. I don't think usually the difference between, let's say, the top 10 and the world number 100 are that big, I think, for split-second decisions. But I think it's a factor. I think it can be a factor. But particularly the split-second decision-making, I think more it's about, like, general tennis IQ that makes a bigger difference than, like, split-second reaction. Because, like I said, I think understanding your opponent's patterns and reacting to them, I think is more important, and like preparing yourself for that and anticipating your opponent's patterns and what they're going to do and making a game plan, etc. Like, those things are just as important, probably even much more important than the split-second decisions, I think. But I think tennis IQ and reaction is a big part of it. I mean, I think Casper Ruud wouldn't even be in the top 10 most of the time if he didn't have the anticipation skills that he has. So yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a factor. I don't know if it's such a big factor that it separates those players like that. Like, for example, when to drop shot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like tennis IQ. I think like Alcaraz has a big tennis IQ in my opinion. I think it makes a big difference. I don't think I think it can be the biggest difference, but I don't think it necessarily has to be. Like in the point when to do what shot. It's a huge part of things, but it's not like the split second, like, oh, I'm deciding this now. I don't think that definitely separates the top 10 from the world number 100, like I said, from my perspective. It's an interesting topic, though. What are your thoughts on Iga losing to Collins? Iga's in a bad way right now. That's the kind of player she doesn't like playing. Collins has given her trouble in the past. The fact that she's losing breadsticks is not a good sign either. Ooh, big return. Alcaraz there at the half volley. Djere puts it away the other way. A couple service games where both players escaped. And Djere making some noise here. Left 15 early. Yeah, Iga's in a bad way right now. I mean, that's my thought. Iga's not playing with the same confidence where she won the Rome title a few years ago and she only lost 12 points in the final. Like, it's a different kind of Iga right now. It's not great confidence coming into Roland Garros. Backhand goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Djere down the line. Forehand of Alcaraz. Goes to the forehand of Djere. Forehand of Alcaraz down the line. Missed it. Left 30. Rome plays slow. It is a slow clay court. Something that Alcaraz needs to adjust to. He hasn't played that many matches in Rome, really, over the course of his career. Like, this is only like his 4th match or something, maybe 5th. But he's played very few matches in Rome, period. So something Alcaraz needs to adjust to. Like, even at Roland Garros, he's played a lot of matches there. Rome, so there's still courts that he needs to adjust to. Forehand squash shot from Alcaraz. Again, cross courts. The forehand of Djere, pretty short. Backhand. Good depth on that one. Good depth on the forehand as well. Forehand pulling Djere out wide. That's going to be in the net. Great point. Patient from Alcaraz, building out the point. That's what you want to see from Carlos. Even the last point, I felt like Carlos was rushing a little bit. He was clearly going to follow into the net after the forehand that he missed long. I just kind of want to see Alcaraz not feel like he has to force anything. He should feel confident in these rallies if he's patient. You know, Djere's going to do his thing. He's going to hit some good shots, but Alcaraz got to be here and be like, I'm going to hit some great shots. And when Djere hits a little bit shorter, take advantage and make him suffer with depth. Learn from the great Novak Djokovic. Backhand slice. Djere just hits the baseline. Forehand from Djere goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Cross court. Alcaraz in control. Djere hits it long. 30-all. Djere with the defensive backhand long behind the baseline. Thought it was Alexei Poprin watching Alcaraz's box, but that's somebody else. Don't know who that is. 30-all. First serve from Alcaraz is in the net. Forehand of Alcaraz. That's in the net. Good returning from Djere. Clearly trying to play very aggressive, take some risks. Paying off a little bit so far. Still the serve a little bit too central for Alcaraz's liking there, I think. There's a problem against Runa in Barcelona when he lost that final. Just the serve's falling a little bit too central for Alcaraz. That's another central serve, kind of giving Djere a chance here. That's a forehand long. Serves too central, Djere attacking, and Alcaraz a few unforced errors. Just a game that Alcaraz would have wanted back. 2-1 for Djere. To start off proceedings, he's got a break. Wouldn't be the first set Djere wins in this head-to-head on clay. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It's third round in Rome, the second match that Alcaraz has played. I liked seeing Mira and Alcaraz. They're showing like backstage. They're showing before they went on court. Alcaraz saying hi to Mira, and Mira right there after she finished her match. Baby goats. Those are some baby goats if I've ever seen some. Alcaraz and Mira Andreeva. Mira Andreeva still looking for a slam, but she is like, I don't know, 17 years old, I think. Winner of this one takes on Karine Khachanov in the next round, who took out wildcard Passero 6-3, 6-0. So Karine Khachanov seems like he is playing well. Passero taking out Grigor Dimitrov. Dimitrov, all kinds of mess right now, honestly. Francisco Cerundolo could be a tough match for Sinner. I mean, I expect Sinner to take out De Jong, but Francisco Cerundolo in the round of 16, that might be tough for Sinner. Cerundolo beat Sinner a few years ago in Rome. I think in my draw predictions that I made just for myself, and I want to make more public draw predictions again. But in the draw predictions I made for myself, I had Cerundolo taking out Sinner. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. Ruud Berrettini is a really good match in the next round. Paul Malhach is good. Yeah, the only round of 16 confirmed so far is Draper Mute. But yeah, no, that's not right. Feast Zverev is one. Musetti Medvedev. Feast has held Zverev's number, and that is a tough round of 16 for Zverev, especially because Feast just took out Steph as well. Feast could make some noise in this tournament. Musetti, though, that's a tough draw for Feast, though. If he has to do Tsitsipas and Zverev, then Musetti, and then Alcaraz or even Draper, like that is a nightmare draw. And then I think that's just to get to the final. Anyway. Yeah, that's just to get to the final. Hello, Jannik Sinner in the final, or Casper Ruud. It's a nightmare. Tennis is a nightmare. Anyway, we'll see what Arthur Feast can do. All right, 15-all here on Djere's service game 2-1. Djere serving. Backhand goes long from Alcaraz. 30-15 for Djere. Alcaraz got to be careful, or else it's going to be Laszlo Djere versus Karine Khachanov in the round of 16. Alcaraz wants to get some confidence here before Roland Garros. Like I said, he wasn't able to even play Madrid. Now that he needs it, I mean, last year he got through a really tough Roland Garros draw. Great serve from Djere, right on the line. Kick serve out wide. Alcaraz hits it long. Now that he needs it, Alcaraz last year got through a tough Roland Garros draw. And he had like no preparation on clay. Lost to Rublev in Madrid. I think that's the only clay court match he played. He barely played any clay court matches. So I guess he doesn't need it. Alcaraz tempting Djere to go out wide with his return positioning. Djere does not. He goes down the tee, and Alcaraz is forced to the backhand, which he hits long. Alcaraz not showing a whole lot of what's the word? confidence or a conviction with his backhand side then, if he's so much wanting to hit a forehand return. The reason he would do that is so if Djere goes down the tee, he would be able to run around it, but he didn't even do that. 3-1 for Djere, who served well in that game. Alcaraz needs to match him. Forehand goes long from Djere. Alcaraz so far defending Grand Slam titles. He'll be defending 2 of them later this year. No matter what happens, he'll be defending them, right? That's something that will be happening. He'll be defending Roland Garros, then Wimbledon. His luck with defending Grand Slam titles so far, just Wimbledon. Wimbledon 2020, Wimbledon last year after winning the year before. Slice lob over Alcaraz. Tweener. Showtime. Djere. It's in the net. Alcaraz gets it with a tweener into the with a tweener. Djere hits a volley into the net. There you go. Yeah, I mean, Djere with a fantastic lob right in the corner. That was a hell of a tweener. Showtime. That could pick Alcaraz up. He usually gets his level picked up when he's able to hit a great shot like that. You know, I don't think it's going to, I don't think that's a great shot he's ever hit in his life. It probably would. He's 21 years old. I don't even know if that would make the top 1,000, but it's something to get him started. I honestly, if it includes like point shots he's hit like over the course of his whole life in juniors, practice, professional, I really bet that doesn't even make the top 1,000. That probably doesn't even make the top 2,000. But it's a great shot. That's very impressive. The problem is with a guy who's as alien as Alcaraz, he probably makes that in his sleep. But he had to run it quite a distance. He still got super low, piercing through the court. All right, 3 points to nil post hitting that tweener, 3-2. Alcaraz has tremendous natural talent. Does he train as hard as Djokovic? Oh, he trains. Yeah, Alcaraz is one of those guys. He's practicing when he can practice. He goes hard in the paint. I mean, Djokovic practices harder than anybody else, period. Djokovic is the practice guy. He is the king of that. Nobody trains like Djokovic, but Alcaraz is up there. I mean, he wouldn't be in this position if he wasn't. He has strenuous training with Ferrero and his team. Other young guys and other guys on the tour look up to Alcaraz and what he does. So he, if nothing else, he's always training. People can never get him for that. Even if you think he has some weaknesses, like he's constantly out there in the practice courts, like constantly. He goes hard in the paint. Even for his physical side, like that's how he became such a physical specimen at 21 years old. So you can't get Carlos for that for sure. That's when you hear people talking and whispering around. The whispers going around aren't Alcaraz doesn't practice enough. Nobody says that. It's this guy's always on the practice court. All right, we got 3-2 here. We'll see if that picks up Alcaraz a little bit. Got 3-2. See if Djere serves as well here as he did in his last service game. He was hitting his spots. He'll need it. Alcaraz is an elite returner. He'll need to be hitting his spots like that. Alcaraz is going to be applying a lot of pressure here. Great return from Alcaraz right off the jump. Forehand. Djere getting Alcaraz way out wide to that ad side. Very good hitting from both. Back in cross court. Slice from Djere. Forehand cross court. Djere with a squash shot. What a rally. What a finish. I don't care. One of the rallies of the tournament. That was exquisite. What a squash shot from Djere. That's just a quality point. I mean, the quality, that was like top 5 players quality. Like that was like top 3, top 5 players quality from both. Like that was just high level. Alcaraz finishing at the net. He is locked in side to side. Every shot was just about perfect. Alcaraz has the skill at the net to finish it off. He got to the net quicker as both guys were hitting with perfection. Backhand, cross court goes to the backhand slice of Alcaraz. Backhand, that's going to go long. Alcaraz finding some momentum here. They're not really fighting for serves. That's going to be a problem. Turn from Alcaraz into the net. His backhand return has not been there, Alcaraz. For the most part, his backhand return has not been there. It's just been hard to hit for hard to get it going for Alcaraz. That's another one in the net. 2 back to back. That is not good enough for Carlos. You got to make returns. You got to make your opponent hit when they're under pressure. You got to make your opponent hit when they're under pressure. You can't make them feel like you're the one under pressure, right? Missing backhand returns. They're under pressure. I love 30. This will remind Djere that he's in the lead and he can't buy a first serve. I think he's 0-4 in this game. Second serve here, Djere. Alcaraz goes for another backhand return. Gets this one. It's not great, but makes it in. That's a backhand in the net from Djere. 30-40. Just a couple shots Djere would have wanted back. I think he got something in his eye or something. 30-40 as JCF giving Carlos a bit of a vamos before his return here. Ferrero always supporting Carlos there in the corner. Forehand big, inside out, backhand of Carlos. Makes it in. Backhand, up high to the forehand of Djere. Hits over it to the backhand of Carlos. Backhand of Djere. Again to the forehand of Carlos. Big through the corner. That's going to be long. All day. If you get it up to the Carlos forehand, you might as well already walk to the due side and be ready for the Carlos serve because he's broken you. Just don't let him break your spirits. 3-3. Big forehand from Carlos gets him to 3-3. Three games apiece. Let me know, guys. Who do you think's going to win Rome? Who were your picks to win the Rome Open? Even if they already lost, let me know who you had winning the Rome title before the tournament started, or even now. Just let me know. I feel like it's fairly up in the air. Certainly on the women's side at this point, with Swiatek out. On the men's side, it's pretty up in the air as well. Back in cross court, drop shot. Djere is going to be in the net. Close. 15 love. Not a bad play. I mean, it was a risky play, but it didn't pay off. I said but as if I was going to say give an optimistic view, but it didn't pay off, but it was still a fair attempt. I thought he made it when he hit it. So did Alcaraz. Started sprinting forward. Kick serve out wide. Great serve from Carlos. Serves locked in a little bit more from Carlos. That's going to be good news for Carlos Alcaraz fans. Serves locked in a little bit more. That tweener picked things up a little bit for Alcaraz. He lost the momentum a little bit with those two missed backhand returns. Djere would have wanted that backhand that he missed into the net back at 30 all. That 30 all point was crucial. Also missed the first serve there way wide. Djere in that 30 all point. But I think that those are the kind of points that you really lock into if you're a top 10 player. And Djere can hit some great shots, but it's kind of the difference in why he's not a top 10 player. That's why he's wherever he's at. He's been seeded at slams, but he's not top 10. Big serve out wide. That's an ace from Carlos. 4-3. Serves locked in. Yeah, the match is pretty much over whenever Alcaraz hits a between the leg shot. The match is done. If Alcaraz hits a between the leg shot and more than 3 people cheer and applaud him, the match is over. If he gets the crowd excited with a tweener that's spectacular, match is done. Alcaraz starts picking up his level. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but so many of his highlights come in matches that he wins. You know, they are turning points. They turn matches around. He gets his energy flowing. Just takes one. He makes the big shots when the spotlight's on his face, and he I don't know, turn matches around. That back in return is awful at the moment, though. I'm not going to mince words here. The back in return is not locked in whatsoever. Alcaraz needs to get some forehand returns. Might be practicing the back end return just to get it picking up a little bit. I have a feeling Alcaraz is. Especially because Djere has been pretty good with spot serving at some points here so far. Good shot from Djere, forehand. Puts it away early on a +1. 30 love. Gets Alcaraz flailing in every direction. Alcaraz thought he was going to go start. Alcaraz starting to run the other way. Still on serve in this first set. Which, not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about. That's an ace from Djere, 40 love. It kind of felt like Alcaraz to me is up a break at this point, but he's not. We're still on serve. Alcaraz up to 4-3, won about 8 of 10 points or 9 of 11 points in a row, but we're still on serve. It's gonna be out from Alcaraz. Love, hold to love. Hold to love, 4-4. Hold to love. Yeah, good hold there from Carlos for sure. Good hold from Djere, I should say. To love. Good hold for Carlos. Good hold for Djere. I meant. Here we go. Love Alcaraz. Forehand of Djere. Forehand of Carlos. Inside out. Break through the court. 30 love for Carlos. Forehand into the net. It's 40 love Alcaraz. Kick serve, backhand of Djere. Cross court, backhand. That's drop shot into the net from Alcaraz. 40-15. Nearly 2 love holds in a row, not to be. Backhand of Djere. It's going to be long. 5-4. Djere missed that shot by about a millimeter. It is strange to me that playing with Hawkeye on clay, it's something I'm not used to, but I'm glad that we're at this point where we're doing it. I think Roland Garros still doesn't have Hawkeye instilled, but they're like the only tournament all year. But this is a good change, I think, for tennis. For sure. Thank you guys for joining in so far. 5-4. Alcaraz. He's a game away from the first set. Kick serve, forehand of Alcaraz. That's in the net. Returns on both sides for Alcaraz not working. I mean, it's one thing to not make very effective returns into the court. Another thing, just not make returns whatsoever. Both things are bad, but you have to at least make some returns in. Djere shaking his head because he's struggling to make first serves on the ad side. It's going to be out. Struggling to make second serves now. 15 all. Alcaraz is 3 points away. It's been a scratchy set, but it's 3 points away from taking it. Backhand goes in from Alcaraz. Backhand up high, short. Oh, it's a terrible drop shot from Djere. It's just not good enough. No reason to go for it, too. Alcaraz actually short ball in the service box and from the service line. That's an opportunity for Djere to step in. I think Djere had a winner down the line if he goes for it. Inside in. Down the ad side line. He certainly should have went for it. Hit over it. It wasn't anywhere close to making that drop shot. 15-30 now. Bit of scratchy set, a little bit from both sides. Forehand goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Cross score, it's going to be out. It's another forehand Alcaraz would have wanted to make there. Djere hitting still with a good pace of shot, though. 30-all. Still on serve here. Djere misses that first serve just wide. This is a huge point. Forehand. Oh, what a shot from Djere! I didn't have time to even commentate on the Alcaraz shot. It's supposed to be a play-by-play. I wasn't able to. Went by so quick. Alcaraz runs around the backhand return, hits a fantastic forehand cross score. Djere's on top of it early, hits a wonderful forehand, stepping into the corner. It's a perfect, clean winner forehand cross court. Huge shot from Djere. I'd compare it to the Djokovic shot at the Olympics that I think will go down as one of the most famous tennis shots ever, where Djokovic in the tiebreaker hit that big shot cross court against Alcaraz at the Olympics last year. Slice into the net. Shot of Djokovic's career. That might be a somewhere in the top catalog of Djere's if he can find a way today against Alcaraz. Still far from that. But we are on serve here. Deuce at 4-5. Shot of the match. I mean, maybe the Alcaraz tweener. I don't know. Depends how you look at it. Either of those shots. Forehand return goes out. Alcaraz's return is just, I don't know what they have Alcaraz's return quality at, but for me, it's like at a 3.8. I'm no AI, but probably. I'm no AI, but I would put it at a 3.8. Something like that. It's not been good. 5-5. So officially, Alcaraz's return quality to 3.8. I use my advanced methods to determine that it sucks so far today. Alcaraz has had a lot of things going his way. Just need Alcaraz to pull through a little bit with some other parts of his game. 5-5. See what Alcaraz can do. Serve here from Alcaraz. It's in the net from Djere. 15 love. Serve Alcaraz goes to the back of Djere. Forehand of Alcaraz. From the out. 15-all. I mean, super scratchy set from both guys. Djere's played pretty well. Alcaraz has had moments where he's played well. Definitely some good shots from Alcaraz, but it's been very up and down from both. Been a weird set, to be honest. Some good stuff. I mean, it's not been dull, but it's been a weird set. Alcaraz's return definitely allowing Djere to stay in the set. I mean, it would have been over about 15 minutes ago if Alcaraz's return was working pretty well, in my opinion. 15-30 though. I will say Djere himself is doing pretty well in this match to really take the balls on. he His forehand's usually at it says 7.0. I don't know if I believe that really. Whenever I've watched Djere, his forehand's been quite good. But anyway, today it's at a 9.4, so shows that Djere's been hitting that forehand well today. I agree with that. Lucky net cord from Djere, drop shot. It's gonna go wide from Alcaraz. Tough break. Doesn't need to go for that. The problem with Carlos is that he just goes for these circus shots when he doesn't need to. I said he was 21 years old earlier today. I just remember he turned 22 earlier this month. 6 days ago. 5 days ago. No, 6 days ago. Is it 5th or the 6th? Anyway, about a week ago. Doesn't need to go for that. I mean, it was tough with the net cord, caught him off guard, I'm sure, but doesn't need to go for that low percentage of a shot. He has so many shots he's able to hit. He just doesn't know which to implement. That's a poor game from Carlos. 3 poor points in a row. And Djere grabs the break for 6-5. Does Alcaraz hang on here? The problem with Alcaraz is that he's so excited by the opportunity to excite a crowd. He's prone to early round upsets. He doesn't seem to pick up his level to the extent that he usually picks up his level in a semifinal, in a final, in a round 3 match. He likes the crowd to have an electric atmosphere. Maybe when he's down in the scoreboard, the electric atmosphere picks up. I don't know if that plays into subconscious, but I really don't know. But I just feel like Alcaraz needs to find a way to just play solid, right? Just play the right shots. Not put himself under pressure when he doesn't need to. Like, that's a net cord shot where really he hit the net cord but he didn't just dribble over. Like, he had plenty of time there, and he goes for the super high percentage shot the other way. He almost made it. I mean, he's one of the only players on tour that would have been able to hit that shot most of the time, but he doesn't need to go for it. Just the fact that you can make it and excite the crowd doesn't mean you need to do that. Like, just play the solid shot. Like, Alcaraz needs to. If Alcaraz had like 10% of Djokovic instilled into him, he'd already be the greatest of all time. He needs to have the Djokovic mentality. Just play solid, high percentage, kill him with depth, kill him slowly over time. Just play the right shots time and time again. 6-5. Can Alcaraz break Djere again? Djere's been hitting less first serves in, especially on that ad side. Alcaraz needs to get it to the Djere backhand. He needs to play solid, right shots. Needs to make the returns. Doesn't do it there. Needs to make some forehand returns if he can get them. I mean, ideally, get some forehand returns. Get some forehand returns. Get it over to the Djere backhand. Get the points on your terms early. Djere's going to take risks, play aggressive, especially with his forehand. It's been working all day. Forehand. Maybe I jinxed him. That's in the net from Djere off the forehand wing. Serve Djere is going to be just long. Second serve to work with for Carlos. I reckon it's a big point. Big difference between 30-15 and 15-30 at this stage. Alcaraz runs around its forehand return into the forehand of Djere. Pretty short. Alcaraz with the chance here. Backhand goes big to the backhand of Djere. Djere holding on. That's in the net off the forehand side. Alcaraz on the offense early, 15-30. If Alcaraz plays his game, he should be winning this. That's the good news for Carlos. If he plays his game, he should be winning this. If he makes his shots, he should be winning this. Just back yourself, play solid. Really comes down to the simple things, but you just can't be going for drop shots like that and like he did in the last game. Like, just play your game. It's in the net, 30 all. 30 all, 6-5. 2 points away, Djere, from the set. from winning the second set of this head-to-head that he's won against Carlos. Serve from Djere. See what Djere can do here with the serve. It's gonna not much. He hits a double fault, 30-40. Don't really like that serve attempt either. I mean, Alcaraz ran around his backhand big time on the ad side, but Djere goes for a big one out wide to his forehand. I don't really know if he needed to do all that. The backhand's been working. Missed another first serve on the ad side. Second serve for Djere. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Forehand of Alcaraz. Great return. Djere with a good shot. Oh, Alcaraz is way out of position. No way he can get that. Impossible. Even for Alcaraz. If Alcaraz can't get it, you know it's impossible. That's when you know. Deuce. If Alcaraz didn't make it, didn't run to it, officially it's impossible. Yeah, Alcaraz. That was a great shot from Djere, to be fair. Playing on survival instinct. Way out of position. Alcaraz maybe should have been more determined to get it with as a backhand. He put himself way out of position. So strange little bounce there from Carlos. All right, deuce here. Forehand, Djere goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Up high, backhand of Djere, cross court. It's going to be long. It's a break point for Alcaraz. Break point for Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. Break point for Alcaraz. 52 minutes into this contest. Forehand of Alcaraz. Goes to the forehand of Djere. Down the line, backhand of Alcaraz. Defending. High, forehand of Djere. Backhand of Alcaraz. Defending. Lob. It's going to be long. Alcaraz doesn't need to put himself on defense so much. I mean, Djere doing well. I mean, he got the serve. He has the forehand to back it up. But Alcaraz got to take some risk there. As Djere's not been missing much off that forehand. Like, got to take some risk. Step in. At least just step in a little bit. Don't go for the flashy shot. That's a backhand the net from Djere. This got to be the chance for Alcaraz. If Alcaraz doesn't convert here, I reckon Djere 7-5 is quite likely. Crowd yelling, let's go, Carlos. Some Spanish flags in the crowd. Some Spanish flags cheering Carlos on. Serve Djere back into Alcaraz. Forehand of Djere the other way. Alcaraz with a squash shot. It's going to be in. Forehand, Djere. That's in. Back. What a start to this point. Backhand of Djere. Big to the backhand of Alcaraz. Cross court. Backhand Djere slice. Forehand of Alcaraz the other way. Backhand slice. Forehand volley. Put away. Alcaraz miraculously finds his way into the point, and once he made that squash shot in, you knew he was going to find a way to win that one, no matter what it took. We got to see the start of this rally again. Well, they're not showing it. They're not showing the most important part of the rally. I'm going to rewind. Nice thing about tennis TV is you can rewind. So I want to see this again. So Djere, yeah, gets Alcaraz way out of position. A squash shot lob somehow stays in. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful shot from Carlos. By any stretch, no matter what Djere did, that was going to get him out of position. All right, let me know, guys, what's going to be the score? Who's going to win the tiebreaker? If you get it right, I will shout you out in the chat. Or whoever gets the closest, I'll shout you out in the chat. I'm going to say Alcaraz wins the set. I don't know. I'm gonna say Alcaraz wins the set with a tiebreaker score of um 7-2. I'm gonna say 7-2 Alcaraz. Let me know your predictions. I'll say 7-2 Carlos. Forehand of Alcaraz misses wide. Return has not been good for Carlos. Just hasn't not worked for Carlos. Tiebreaker set is still up in the air. Tied up at 6 games apiece. About to see who is able to grab the set. Backhand goes to the backhand of Djere cross court. It's a great shot. Good width. Backhand of Alcaraz goes to forehand of Djere. Djere's been doing that well all day. Djere's been doing that so well all day, redirecting with the forehand. Alcaraz is standing on that ad side trying to hit forehands. And also Djere just getting great width, pulling him to that side on that instance. Baseline points won, 20 points apiece. Djere's going to be happy about that. But Alcaraz just way out of position in these rallies. 2-1 for Djere. Backhand, cross court Djere, forehand, inside out, backhand Djere, slice, goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Big. I think that just catches the line. Djere thought it was out. 2-2. Ejection of pace there from Carlos. All right, let's go. Alcaraz for 5 straight. See if he can do it. Serve Carlos. Goes to the forehand of Djere. That's in the net. 3-2. "56 minutes played so far in this contest." Forehand of Alcaraz goes to the backhand of Djere. Going backhand to backhand down the middle to forehand of Djere, backhand of Carlos. High to the backhand of Djere. It's going to be long. Better point for Carlos. Getting it away from that forehand of Djere that's been deadly. And it's the backhand that crumbles. Points won over 9 shots, 8 for Carlos, 1 for Djere. It's a good stat. Just shows that Djere's been playing pretty aggressively, trying to step in with that forehand, taking his chances, redirecting early. Points won over 9 shots, but I bet that Djere's won a lot of the, let's say, like 6 to 8 shot rallies. 2-4. Forehand of Djere's in the net. So that's getting away from him. 5-2. He served for the set already. Djere did. He's been up a break on 2 occasions. Set's gotten away from him. We'll see how he responds in the second set if the set keeps going this way. I said 7-2. I could be right here. Alcaraz has 2 points on a serve to put it away. This could be like a 7-6, 6-1 if this keeps going Alcaraz's way. Could definitely see that. Backhand down the line for oh, no way! Alcaraz with a miracle shot. He puts up one of those once a match, but that might be a top 30 shot of the year. Maybe more. That was ridiculous. Alcaraz from out of nowhere. Squash shot pass. I mean, that might be more than top 30. That's up there. Shot of the tournament, maybe. It's up there. One of the shots of the tournament. Ridiculous from Alcaraz with the squash shot. He was way out of position. He wasn't even close to that ball. Backhand slice. That's going to be long. One important set for Carlos Alcaraz's Rome tournament. Mark it. Mark it. One important set for Alcaraz's tournament. I'll say it again. I already said it again. I'm not going to say it a third time. An hour long. And remember that set for Alcaraz. Remember that squash shot, too. He had a tweener. He had a squash shot pass. What didn't he do? He had a squash shot, lob, way position, Hail Mary, get to break Djere, get it to a tiebreaker. Alcaraz doing Alcaraz thing. That squash shot was awesome. Yeah, scratchy set. 7 winners for Djere, 19 unforced errors. 9 winners for Alcaraz, 18 unforced errors. Scratchy set. Well, I said scratchy set, I meant it. Still some stuff to cheer for both. Alcaraz 70% first serves in, 77% first serve points won. It's good. Djere just making 51% of first serves in, and that first serve points won percentage was going down as the set kept progressing. I'm surprised it's as low as 54, though. I'm not going to lie. He actually won more second serve points than he did the first serve. Physio's out for Djere. Looking at his arm that's already strapped up a little bit. Yeah, I'm expecting a one-sided set for Alcaraz. I'll say second set is 6-2 for Djere. I was right about the tiebreaker score, by the way. Djere clearly grimacing in pain. I don't know if he keeps going. He is grimacing as the physio's looking at his arm. Djere says sharp pain deep inside. That's not good. Djere's taking a medical timeout and nothing good coming from the words that he's saying. He's saying that he's feeling a lot of pain when he's extending his arm, and he's saying he doesn't feel it when he serves, but then when he extends his arm, he starts feeling the pain, and it's not good. I don't know. We'll see if he keeps going here, but that's not great signs for Djere there. It's a good set for Alcaraz to win no matter what happens today. That's going to be a lot of confidence into Alcaraz's Rome tournament. Alcaraz Khachanov could be interesting. I mean, I remember they played in Madrid a couple years ago, and Korean was like at 5-2. Alcaraz won 5 straight games, but that was nearly a close. I mean, that was a close match, but definitely a match that Alcaraz will feel confident in for sure. No doubt about it. It's a 4-0 head-to-head for Alcaraz. In fact, that's really the only match that's been that close between the two. So Alcaraz will feel good there. Uh, who would he have if he wins that one? Draper or Mute? That could be the tough one against Jack, assuming Jack wins that one. Alcaraz Draper could be a good quarterfinal. That could be a really good quarterfinal. Yeah, this could be a really interesting tournament. I'd like to see Alcaraz versus Feast in the semis as well. But Zverev could be a tough one, no doubt. Musetti could be a tough one. Alcaraz against Medvedev, I feel like would be pretty one-sided on clay. I'm not gonna lie at this point. Interesting tournament. Yeah, Djere grimacing in pain. Not a good sign, but we'll see. Hopefully, Djere continues here. It seems like he's going to. So, but I mean, you can take some painkillers, I guess, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Second set underway. Thank you guys for joining in. We've got Alcaraz versus Djere, set number 2. Hopefully, Djere can put up a fight just like he did in the first set. That was very close to being Djere's set. He was 2 points away there. Serving for it, 2 points away. 15 love for Djere. Gets the first point in the bank. Back in Alcaraz. Forehand of Djere. It's going to be out from Djere. 15 all. Yeah, that could end up being an absolutely crucial set in this the scope of this tournament. It's going to give Alcaraz a lot of confidence. I'm telling you. Djere will have wished he made more first serves when this is all said and done. It's only making about 1 of every 2 in. Forehand goes out from Alcaraz, 30-15. Serve Djere. It's in the net. Forehand of Alcaraz. Goes to forehand of Djere. Hits it wide. 30 all. I mean, if anybody's going to keep fighting through pain like that, it's going to be these pro athletes. They're doing it constantly. This is another first serve. He's starting to miss more than he's making. Forehand of Djere. Hits through it to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Djere down the line. Back into Alcaraz. Defending. Forehand of Djere. Hits through it. Alcaraz is there again. Backhand slice. Make sure I hit another one down the line. Misses it long. That is great defense from Alcaraz. I mean, he's there. 30-40. A lot of negative body language from Djere. Not surprised by that. Anybody would have that in his circumstances. 30-40. 30-40. It's going to be another serve here from Djere. First serve is out. It's forehand of Alcaraz, which is in the net. Deuce. Rally gets away from Alcaraz there. Backhand slice Alcaraz up high. Forehand of Djere. Misses it long. I'm curious if this injury is affecting Djere's forehand at all. The forehand's been so rock solid today for the most part, Djere, but it's trying to get away from him a little bit. He's talking about straining out his arm. I'm just wondering if it's affecting that forehand at all. But serve, Djere misses it long. Second serve. Backhand cross court. Backhand of Djere. It's in the net. 1-0 Alcaraz. Gets through the first game. Yeah, I'd be surprised if this isn't a one-sided set for Carlos, honestly. I'll be surprised if we get something else. Alcaraz has found his game. Djere's frustrated. He is struggling in more ways than one, probably more ways than two, more likely than not, more ways than three. But he's going to keep going here. Forehand's way out from Djere. 15 left for Alcaraz. Hour and 12 minutes played this match so far. Great forehand from Djere. Squash shot almost in from Alcaraz, but in the net. $15 all. By the way, losing the first set would only make the injury worse. Like when you're losing, injuries just get worse. The negative mind and body are so connected, like, and adrenaline, all of that stuff. Like when you're losing, it's human nature. Like physical side only gets worse. As you get down on yourself, you feel the effort you're going to have to make to come back. Alcaraz serving way out near the tram lines. I like it when he's trying this out. Probably going to go for a big kick. Djere's there at the backhand down the line. Great shot. Djere anticipated it well. Alcaraz gave it away with the position. He probably didn't get quite as close to the line as he would have wanted, but it's the first time he really went for that. He also can go down the tee with that. That's the tricky thing. Like he can go down the tee as you anticipate the out wide. Alcaraz is very good at doing that. And we've seen that a lot, particularly at Indian Wells. Djere misses a backhand slice into the net. It's all negative body language from Djere at the moment. 40-30 Alcaraz. Serve here. Kick serve into the net. Backhand Djere, cross court goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand slice Djere. Forehand of Alcaraz. It's forehand of Djere, forehand of Alcaraz. That's in the net. Deuce. Yeah, Djere completely missing forehands now. I feel like this match has gotten away from him. Yeah, I don't know if Korean Khachanov is very good at beating all players pretty much outside the top, say 15, definitely 20 in the world. Oh, that's going to be on Tennis TV, bro. What a catch from Alcaraz with the racket. That was beautiful. Ball is going out. Caught on his racket. Drop shot from Alcaraz is wicked. 2-0. What a shot from Alcaraz. Some backspin on it. Ball is starting to come back to where it came from. Boomerang. Boomerang shot from Alcaraz. It's not a tennis ball, it's a boomerang. Alcaraz slips a little bit. Backhand of Alcaraz goes to the backhand of Djere. Forehand Djere. Forehand of Alcaraz up high. Forehand of Djere. Alcaraz staying in this point. Just slice net cord. Alcaraz runs. Can't get that. Oof. Alcaraz is trying to run down everything. That must have been fun for Carlos, though. He's like, man, the ultimate challenge, a ball I actually can't get to. He got close. I want to see a replay of this. He got close to it. Man, he got close. If the net wasn't there, he probably would have dove after it. If he dove after, he probably would have at least got the ball in play. Just knowing Carlos. Almost got a racket on it. Forehand cross court. Alcaraz, forehand Djere. It's going to be wide. 15 all. I hate to say it, but I just kind of feel if Djere loses this next service game that he's gonna call it. Because this doesn't really feel like the same Djere from the first set. And I wonder how much that injury is playing on his mind. It's not been that apparent that it's completely hindered his game in every way or something. He's not like limping or something. I mean, it isn't. I mean, he's not limping. It's an arm injury, but he's not. It's not clear that he's being totally affected here. But I just kind of wonder. But we'll see. I hope that's not the case. Backhand of Alcaraz. It's going to be long. 3-15. Do you think Djere will win? He's pretty close to it. Yeah, Djere's going to retire. Or Djere's not going to win. No, Alcaraz is way ahead. How long are tennis matches usually, or how do the winners get decided? Tennis matches are usually average, say, like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes, I would say. Hour and a half, probably. Big backhand cross court. Forehand of Alcaraz, forehand of Djere. It's in the net, 30 all. Yeah, Alcaraz is the guy who it seems almost a sure thing he's going to win this match. Tennis match, 2 sets, first to 6. If it's 6-6, then you play a tiebreaker. That's what we had in the first set. That's why it says 7-6. But usually it's first to 6. So if you get to 6, you win that set. And if you win 2 sets, you win the match. It's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 sets. 30-40. Alcaraz with the break point. Djere smashes hits his racket against the ground because he can't make first serve. Misses the second serve. Djere goes to his chair. Looks like we're going to keep going here. 3-0. Yeah, Potato Bob. So basically, yeah, 2 out of 3 sets for 6. Tiebreaker at 6-6. And the winner, yeah, he has to win 2 sets first to 6. 6 games. Every game is first to 4. You have complicated scoring like 15, 30, 40. Nobody knows why. But if it's 3-3, you have to win by 2 basically in a game. Tennis scoring is very complicated, but basically there's no timer. It's first to 4 points to win a game. First to 6 games to win a set. You have to win 2 sets. And then at the Grand Slams, ask me again because it's different. Forehand of Alcaraz, back in Djere, back in slice Alcaraz. Forehand Djere, inside out, back into Alcaraz, cross court is long. Love 5. Drop shot of Alcaraz. It's good, 50-all. So apparently, I'm following the NBA. Currently, Nuggets versus OKC. It's actually a really important game. They had 25 combined points in the first quarter. It says it's the lowest in playoffs history. That's ridiculous. 25 points. And Nuggets scored 8 points in the first quarter. That's actually like patently nuts. How do you score 8 points? Jokic didn't have a good game last game. He's got to pick it up. That's crazy. 25 in a quarter, both teams. That's unreal. A couple of years ago, Warriors scored 55 by themselves in the first quarter. Forty 15 for Carlos. Got 3-0. 4-0 Carlos. Still exciting the crowd. With a great volley there. What a reach. A great angle. Yeah, this match seems over. Alcaraz like that one too. 4 games to nil. Alcaraz looking for a bagel. Has he won a bagel so far this year? Opponent's a little bit hampered here, but don't remember that happening. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand to backhand. It's in the net from Djere. Bomb the net. Love 5. Yeah, this set's over. This match is over. Oh, yeah, against Jack Draper. An Indian Wells semifinal when Draper beat him. That's crazy. I still can't believe that happened. He's won a lot of 6-1, 6-2s. Oh, he won a 6-0 set against Nishioka, too, at the Australian Open. Okay. Oh, yeah, against Musetti when Musetti was injured in the final. Also against Rinla. Okay, he's won a few. I forgot about the Musetti one. It's nice to see Musetti and Feast advancing further rounds. Yes. Yeah, I want to see Feast crack the top 10. We've already gotten Musetti, Draper. Like, Feast and Menzik are the next guys I want to see hit there. Don't know if the likes of Medvedev, Sasha, and Stefanos are replaced by the likes of Musetti, Feast, etc. Certainly looking like it. It seems like a lot of these guys are going to be better than they ever were, or at least are going to end up picking up more big titles than they have. I mean, Steph's and Zverev's picked up a lot of big titles, to be fair, but he hasn't won a slam. Medvedev's picked up a slam. He picked up a lot of big titles too. We'll see. Still got ways to go, but I don't expect at this point Musetti to be a better player than Medvedev, nor Zverev, but I expect in general this next generation, yes, it seems like they're better than that generation, and we'll see how much longer Daniil, Steph, and Sasha are putting up a fight here. Sasha's not doing very well at the moment. Steph, we'll see. He's still got a little bit of time. Medvedev is on a downturn as well, though he's better than either. Like he's a better caliber player than either of those, than either Sasha or Steph. Obviously, being a slam champion as well for world number 1. Do have to mention Sasha probably would have been world number 1 had he not gotten injured at the French a few years ago, but either way. Second serve from Djere here, trying to get a game on the board in the second set. Back in from Alcaraz. Back in Djere. Back in slice. So up to the forehand of Djere. Back in of Alcaraz. Going to be wide. Game on the board for Djere in the second. 4-1. Alcaraz still in the lead. $17-8. Nuggets versus Thunder is unbelievable. All right, love 15 here. Djere making the first bit of noise that he has in the second set. The first little bit of momentum for him. Backhand goes the forehand of Alcaraz. Just stays in after hitting the net court. Forehand, it's going to be long from Djere. That must have hit the back of the line from Alcaraz after hitting the net. Djere thought it was going out. A little bit of luck for Alcaraz. 15 all. That felt like the first real shot, by the way, Djere has extended on and really played aggressively like the first set. That return there, too. That luck does not go Alcaraz's way. That would have been cool. 15-30 for Djere. Alcaraz needs to keep his eye on the ball here. Like I said, tennis is not played with the timer. And that allows for a lot of comebacks that you just do not see happen very often in sports. Forehand cross court goes to the forehand of Djere. Down the line, backhand of Alcaraz. Djere opts for a backhand to get it cross court to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand big, backhand slice Djere defending. Backhand slice of Alcaraz, cross court. Got backhand slice battle here in the middle of this rally. That goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand down the line is great. Backhand, Alcaraz defending. Forehand inside out. Alcaraz the backhand. Course not that big. 15-40, 2 break points. Djere's been patient. And he's finally making some noise in the second set. 15-40. Good stuff from him. Good stuff from him. 15-40, 2 break points for the Serb against Alcaraz's serve to break. Crowd's into it. I mean, they want to get their ticket, their money worth with the tickets. Want to see a second set here. First set was already quite good. They saw an Alcaraz twinner. They've seen enough. All right, second serve here from Alcaraz. It's a great second serve. Forehand, inside out, backhand. Just forehand of Alcaraz, making Djere run. Great, perfect. Couldn't have played that point better. Not low percentage, but just great placement on every ball. Using the full court and making Djere run side to side. And the footwork to allow himself to get on top of that forehand was just fantastic. It's the footwork we saw from Casper Ruud in the final against Jack Draper and to get his first Masters title over in Madrid. One of the best at running around the backhand to get to that forehand and really going after it. Alcaraz being very intentional about his serve position, where he stands. Kick serve down the middle. Backhand of Djere goes down the line. Alcaraz defending. Got to play solid here. Backhand slice. Alcaraz still defending. Draw a slice from Djere. Backhand of Djere down the line. Alcaraz defending side to side. Oh, wow. Bit of luck for Alcaraz. That just stays in. Again, a little bit of luck, but also a great shot, to be fair, at deuce. Big shot from Alcaraz off the forehand. He saves 2. Hey, how you doing, Ghost? Good to see you. Hope Musetti can win more titles. I like him as playing style. Yeah. He's quick, huh? Musetti is ridiculously fast. He is fun to watch. He's got a unique style about him. This is the kind of players you like to see in the top 10 of the ATP rankings. I don't just say unique because he's got a one-handed backhand. He's just unique to watch. You tune into Musetti, you're not really tuning into a player that you can't really tune in for anybody else for what he offers. That's what you like to see. Certainly can't tune into Tsitsipas for what he offers. Tsitsipas, the other one-handed backhand, the top 15. And Dimitrov, I guess, as well. If Dimitrov's still top 15, I actually don't know if he is. It's got to be close to falling out of it. Backhand in the net from Alcaraz. Where is Dimitrov in the rankings at this point? EIF ATP rankings. Dimitrov down to number 15 in the world. He was at number 16, so he had dropped out. Where is he in the live ranks? $5-1 for Carlos, by the way. Gets out of that game. Okay, Anthony, you got one ticket. Do you go to a Sinner match or a Musetti match? Which playing style is more compelling for you? Ooh. I go to Yannick all day, every day. I really like watching Yannick play. Also, there's something about watching a player at the high caliber level of Sinner and the tennis cultural significance of Sinner at this point. I would take Yannick all day. If you ask me who would I see, Yannick or Carlos, I'd probably go Carlos. But yeah, I mean, yeah. But Yannick has a very compelling style of play. I really enjoy watching Yannick play. Like, I really enjoy watching Yannick play. Because I also don't mind like watching Djokovic play, but Yannick to me is much more compelling than even Djokovic, even though I could compare the two. I've been spot on with the score today. I said 7-6, or I said 7-6, 6-2. I don't remember when, but I said that, and I said 7-2 in the tiebreaker in the first set. I didn't say it before the match started, but I said it. I said 6-2. And I said 7-2 in the tiebreaker. Seems like that's where we're going. Look at me being spot on with scores. I was gonna say for once, but I'm not that bad with predicting. I do okay. Top 3 most interesting playing styles. Top 3 most interesting playing styles. It's a great question. Really good question, Ghost. I'll think about it. It's a good question. Big forehand inside out from Djere. He's been doing that well. Definitely shown some good stuff, Djere. Good redirecting with the forehand. Yes, forehand's been really good. Serve down the tee, back and slice. That's going to go out. 2 games on the board in the second set for Djere, 5-2. All right, so rankings. I'm going to look at the different players just to think about it a little bit about the interesting playing styles. So I also really like watching Casper Ruud. Like those are 2 players that Arthur Feast. He's also interesting to watch. Like those are some of my favorites personally. So it's almost like, is it personal taste? Like I'm trying to think about, is the question about personal taste? I guess it is, right? What I personally feel are the 3 most interesting playing styles. That's how I'm taking the question. It's a hard question. There's a lot of players to name too with that. Well, I'm going to put Alcaraz for sure. Alcaraz for sure. I love the way Alcaraz thinks on the court. Just in terms of playing style, I'm going to say, well, no. I was going to say Medvedev, but he's a little bit too, like, he's a little bit too, like one-dimensional or boring. Not one-dimensional, but like boring to watch. Like, he can fall into long, just like rallies, hitting backhand after backhand, flat backhand after backhand that is not particularly exciting. So the word interesting makes me not want to pick Medvedev. But I'll take Alcaraz. I'll take Yannick. I really think, to me, Yannick is very interesting to watch. Just for me, Alcaraz, Yannick. And Dimitrov is good. Paul is good. Tsitsipas is good. Musetti is good. I don't know, man. All right, we're back here in the with the game left 15. It's a tough question, honestly. Yeah, that's great. That made me like Feast even more. I do that all the time. Yeah, personal taste. Yeah, I'll say Alcaraz, Yannick, and Casper. Just personal taste. I know Yannick and Casper aren't most people's cup of tea, but for me, I find them the most interesting. If I have 3 tickets, I'm going to see them. But Feast is really interesting to watch too. So, screw it. I'll opt out Rude and I'll put in Feast. I'll say Alcaraz, Yannick, and Feast. Yeah, those are my 3. I'll say Alcaraz, Yannick, and Feast. Feast is underrated to watch. He has a really interesting style about him. Musetti is also good, and so is Steph and Dimitrov too. But I'll say Alcaraz, Yannick, and Feast. Serve Alcaraz, forehand goes long. Can't play around at the end here. Got to put it away. 3 points from doing so, but it's 15-30. A little bit late on that forehand. In my book, I think a big confidence booster of a match for Carlos, but especially if he can put this away right here. Doesn't want to make this go 5-4 and then get nervous at the end here. Backhand that's in the net from Djere, 30 all. Neither person's backhand return has been that great this match. That's been a weak point in this matchup. Alcaraz is 2 points away from the win after all said and done. Just looking for a couple good first serves here. Backhand in the net. Another bad backhand return from Djere, got to say. But Djere's shown some positive things in the match. I don't think he was able to bring his 100% in the second set. First set was highly, highly contested. I think it's a big confidence builder for Alcaraz with some standard great shot making. Look at the squash shot pass. See it at 5-2 in the first set. I think it's one of the shots of the tournament. It's going to build some confidence for Carlos this win potentially. If he gets through it, forehand slice into the net. Deuce. If he gets through it. If he gets through it. Outside the top 10, I'll say Dennis Shapovalov, Hugo Humbert, and João Fonseca. Fonseca is a good shout, too. Yeah, Fonseca can get up there, too. Alex Molchan, our guy, goes, too. You know, he's nowhere to be found. Oh, Yibing Wu also. JJ Wolf has an interesting style. If we're talking about players like that, if Yibing Wu counts, I'm taking Yibing Wu. I love watching Yibing Wu. If Yibing Wu counts, I don't know if he's even still playing very much, but he has an awesome style. We got to see more of Yibing Wu. That guy is crazy. Yibing Wu, man, that guy is so fun to watch. It was a pleasure to see him play live too against Fritz in Atlanta. Yibing Wu, man, he's a firecracker of a player. So he'd be up there for me. So I'll take either Feast or Yibing Wu for my third. For entertaining players. Personally, that's going to be out from Djere. So Alcaraz in a big win for him to build his confidence. Djere was 2 points away on his serve in the first set. It's a little bit scratchier than his first round match, but solid in the second set and standard good shot making, found a way through, playing better as the match progressed and finding a way through. Alcaraz all smiles, 7-6, 6-2. He gets it done. All right, thank you guys for joining in. This was the third round encounter. In the fourth round, round 16, he's got Green Hatchinoff. He has a good record against him. When will the next live stream be? Yeah, thanks, Max, as well. Wolf and Woo. I have no idea, dude, where Molchan is. Yeah, thanks, Ghost. Next live stream, I don't know. I'll try to live stream soon. I can't say right now. I'll try to live stream soon. I've been sick. That's why I haven't been live streaming, but I'll try to live stream soon. All right. Thanks, guys. I will catch you in the next one.